Besides that, I think, if I remember correctly, we have Cosmos. We do have Cosmos.
Oh, that's going to be a banger.
Yeah, and then there's one more in this winner side that we have too, and then we have a couple of losers. But first, we have Apollokage versus Zomba to start things off here at SmashCon 2022 Winners Top 32.
And look at this. Okay, I thought I said Miami at first. I'm like, all right, Miami Zomba? That kind of sick, but it said Minami instead. So, I mean, it got really cringe all of a sudden. No, but I do like how, you know, you got Apollokage repping this new era tag. We were just kind of talking about how he's the future of Snake. And, I mean, he's been making some huge runs and brackets. So, you know, I like the confidence. Both of these players are some of the most confident representations as well.
Look, new era, but both of them have attitude. And that is something that you definitely have to respect when you are playing against both. They have style feeds. Does he get him in air? No, he doesn't get to follow up air or anything like that. That could have led to a follow-up, but I don't think he was aware where the C4 is either. You do not want to be doing that and giving up a free SD.
Yeah. I mean, no, I think he definitely did know it, but I don't think he was expecting to get caught up in that situation. Because, like, he's always watching, right? He knows how he can get those sticks. Oh, big back air, but not going to be able to take the stock. But look at that, man. Zomba going way high. My goodness.
He's so good at that. He'll chase all the way to the skies to try and fly like an air while you're trying to air dodge down. Oh, throwing up the gyro, making Zomba think he can jump off the platform for a free punish, and instead he gets anti-aired.
That was actually insane to be able to, like, with all the grenades and stuff he's doing, and then Z catching the gyro in that same instance. That was actually ludicrous. But there he goes, trying to get the up air, expecting the mash out, but Apollokage just having a better. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of damage to get the second stock started.
Yeah, he started off with like a 47% string. Now Zomba trying to go for those bears, and as we all know and love him for. But those are primarily good at the ledge. Up throw, he's not gonna take it. That boy has so much equipment in his pockets. He's refusing to go down already.
I mean, it's that. I mean, on top of the fact that Apollokage, you know, one of the better players in the world right now, he's going to know his DI. And, I mean, yeah, Snake is kind of a heavy boy, too. So, yeah, there's no way he's losing that stock. But there we go right now. 96%. He's looking to try and take this out. 196. And this is really uncharacteristic for Zomba to struggle taking a stock.
Yeah, he's actually not able to get him at 200. Plus, this is R.O.B we're talking about. Straight hit in air can take it out. And a throw can take it out. But Apollokage says absolutely not. Just punts him off the stage again. Skip, refusing to die. Finally gets hit by the air dodge call with an air.
It's crazy. You just kind of called that straight in air. Look at you. You're so smart. You're so good at what you do. But as we get into this right now, it is definitely very apparent that Apollokage came in with a little bit more practice. And you know what? That's also like another thing. It's easier to find a lot of good R.O.Bs than a lot of good Snakes, right? Because we were talking about how popular of a character Snake is. There are a lot of very fantastic R.O.Bs at this tournament 100%, alone.
100%. And both of them have gone through quite the gauntlet. So Zomba had a little bit of mental practice for this, of course, playing Pelka yesterday. And it was a pretty close set overall. But Pelka went for a couple overextensions, and Zomba was able to take it. Apollokage is refusing to overextend, stays in center, using these grenades, constantly comboing, and Zomba getting 2 frames on the neutral getup as well by the Nikita.
And there we go, dash attack, trying to put him off stage. Nikita trying to chase him up, air dodging through, and I like how he just drops it.
My boy was mashing that up tilt.
Look at, please go to that kill screen. Please go to that kill screen. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
He wasn't even on a couch. He literally wasn't.
He was just squared up. You've seen that one meme? He's like,
that's actually ridiculous. Also, Skip, look.
Oh my.
I know we're watching this set, but I can't help but notice what's going on top of the screen there.
Oh yeah, listen, we'll react when it happens.
128%, up 2 games.
Yeah, dude.
He's now up 2 stocks against Leo.
I can't believe Leo's throwing so he can get Steve banned. That's so crazy.
That's actually crazy. Oh my God. While we're waiting for this match,
we gotta stop casting the other stream.
Apollokage and Zomba, of course, Zomba having a bit of a struggle getting anything started, mostly just because Apollo was just using the grenades to get free combos onto R.O.B, big boy, and then anytime he tried to swing at him at disadvantage, Zomba just couldn't find the answer. He couldn't find the air dodges, he couldn't pressure him enough in the air, and he wasn't respecting the drop downs, and oh my goodness, Onin just 3-0'd MK Leo. But right now, we're back to this game, and winners top 32, Apollokage up a game.
Yeah, no, and on Battlefield 2, so this is definitely be a little bit better for Zomba. Now, the thing is, this also helps out Snake, because Snake disadvantage isn't the most incredible thing, right? It's not bad by any means, but it does give him the platforms to land. However, this also gives Zomba those platforms to continue some of these combo extensions and try to actually catch Apollokage for going a bit higher, which Snakes love to do.
Exactly. You need not only different landing options, but you do need to find those drag down resets. You do need to find that damage just to be able to get Snake to land somewhere recklessly on one of these platforms. And Zomba at least it's looked better so far, but he has been struggling, avoiding things like these Nikitas, and he's using a lot of jet fuel just to try and get back. He does get to the ledge, but it took quite a bit of damage.
Hey, man, R.O.B is big. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I know, like, all memes aside, R.O.B is actually a big character, man, and it is definitely becoming a problem here because all these explosives, right, they have, you know, big hitboxes, and R.O.B being, you know, a big body like that, he's going to get caught up in that scenario, but also throwing out the back air as well and getting caught up on the grenades. Dude, Apollokage is absolutely smothering Zomba no matter where he goes on the stream, but that was a beautiful jab reset into the up smash.
I love how he went for jab reset as well, rather than going for the down tilt to possibly walk into another grenade that might have been behind him, but answering right back as Apollokage, not taking too long. Missing out on the drop down there, he had to read on that dodge.
Yeah. Okay, but there he goes, trying to kind of establish that control of center stage again, which honestly was a big reason why he won that game one as well. He's able to just cover so many different options that Zomba's trying to go for here. And Zomba recovering high, okay, air dodging down to the ground. I think at some point Apollokage is going to be ready for that, especially on these platforms. Is he going to drop that Nikita a bit earlier and go for a huge up tilt?
I think that could be a forward air reset as well.
Yes.
I think what he's trying to do is condition Zomba out of going for nairs, but Zomba is...
That was so smart.
That was so smart. You're right, because that back air should have lined up perfectly to get that punish, and that back air is going to line up to get the follow-up one, but it took a couple extra steps.
Yeah, that was, again, that's just the wherewithal of Apollokage. He's got no problem putting down the extra damage. Man, dude, he's got 2 stickies already in this set alone. Even though Zomba's got a pretty solid lead, it is slowly slipping away.
Apollokage has always been really good at using that C4 as kind of like a command ground on platforms, but Zomba has always been so good at establishing fear in people so quickly with how aggressive he can be. But you're right, that match mattered so much because that could have led to a ledge.
Yeah, I mean, he's most likely going to be going for the forward throw because it's way too low for that up tilt. Yeah, but I mean, even then, like if you throw, there's so many instances where like if you're not, I'm gonna breakdance on him in the air
over the gyro, and then you just get styled out by this man wailing his kicks in the air. But
oh man, yeah. You know what? That was just a lot of pressure. You got caught up in a scenario. I mean, we saw Apollokage with probably the most 1 million IQ recovery earlier. Unfortunately, just was not ready for it that time.
You already know eventually the Zombies are going to hit. They're always going to find their mark and seal the deal. He missed a couple early on, but once you get them, especially at the apex of where that Cypher is potentially going to let go, you can't take any hits. You can't avoid getting broken. And even set.
I'm looking over to the side. I just see Riddles with the Fatal Fury hat. He just looks like a trucker.
10-4,
9er. This is Liquid Riddles coming in with the Shoto's hot.
10-4, 9er. See that you are good to go. You are good to
are
go.
Good to go.
Sir. Good to go.
He's coming up with his own like road name and stuff like that. But either way, again, we still have an amazing set here right now, though. Zomba and Apollokage. I expect these two to go to distance. Yo, that is actually a pretty fire control that Zomba has. You see that with the additional lights in the hands? Yo.
You can see a lot of that. Of course, there's a lot of custom controllers that you can find at these venues. Here at SmashCon, there are plenty of gear as well that you can get access to. Apollokage taking his time, though. I like that because after that game was pretty close, right? Zomba giving you Kalos, actually. I don't think this is a bad pick for R.O.B either.
This isn't a bad pick for either character, right?
I think that in neutral game-wise, you were talking about that center stage control that Apollokage had. Now he's removed one of those escape options. Remember one of the other things we pointed out? A lot of air dodge is a big condition. You only have those 2 far right zones that you can go to, and you do not want to get punished on those if Apollokage gets that. That's if he gets a hit, actually. He's got to go straight to 102.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a tough spot to be in. But yeah, these two just continue to throw buttons at each other, man. And right now, Zomba off that hot Game 2 win. That was actually so smart. He knew the grenade was about to pop, and he was trying to get up there to catch him with the up air. That was actually terrifying. But tries to go a little bit too high, expecting Apollokage to cypher up, and Apollokage gets right back down to the ground, but unfortunately the down smash is also waiting for him.
Yeah, I think he was anticipating maybe a down tilt or an up smash, but even then, down tilt off a parry is not that safe to try and follow up on. That is a jump burn, but Apollokage waiting it out that time, knowing he's going to go for that aggressive drop down there, and Zomba, I mean, if you're Zomba, you kind of just play reactive at this point. Just throw stuff out, make him come to you.
Now, see, I understand the concept of trying to go to Kalos because we were talking about that center stage control, right? But I think you're also giving Zomba too much room at this point because Apollokage, he was at his best when he was able to smother Zomba, and I think Apollo, he got a little discouraged after that game too. Because Zomba just started doing Zomba things.
Yeah, Zomba, once, like, I mean, when you talk about people with momentum, right, it's pretty cliche, but Zomba actually heavily fits into that category.
Oh my God.
This kid needs to feel like he's that much better than you at all times, and I think he's kind of gotten that confidence back in him right now. As he gets the dash cancel after the detail to get the knockout, he's already up 2 stocks.
Yeah, this is definitely looking a little bit rough here, and this is the problem, right? Like, I understand going to Kalos because you want to live longer. R.O.B doesn't usually care about that stuff. He's going to cheese out stocks even if he can't just get normal kills, right? But, like, Apollokage, I mean, now he's struggling to, I mean, again, the pressure here because Zomba's doing such a great job of, weaving in between, like, a mid-range and short-range, like, game plan here.
His positioning to force defensive options out of Apollokage has been amazing.
Yes.
Like, he just moves and forces you to choose something because you can't afford to take the follow-up. And also, without those platforms, I just remembered, you don't get to go for those C4, like, command grab plays as much. Fourth throw, however, is going to at least find you one.
Hey, man, like, I know we were talking about the R.O.B cheese, but, I mean, Snake is a character of cheese as well. Always is, always has been.
Oh, that could have been it right there.
I thought he was going to go off for the forward air.
The forward air was coming, too.
And I was like, hey, you know what? Speaking it shall become real. But either way, in a weird position, okay, is going to get right back on the Kalos without too much hassle. And I think, yeah, Apollo just kind of got off to a weird rhythm in this Game 3. It looks like he's starting to get things back together, which, thank goodness, even if you drop this Game 3, you could try to bring that into a Game 4.
Yeah, you want to try your best to not overextend here, but the thing is you have to get the party started somehow, and Zomba's just kind of playing at full range so he can easily shield, react to those grenades, so he's forcing your hand. However, putting that Nikita in the way, oh, that was almost such a good bait. He wanted to call Zomba out to jump early because of the grenade in front of him, assuming he'd get a free grab.
How did that C4, like, not... Was it because he shot out the gyro and it just kind of clanked there? I don't know what happened, but either way, the down smash is going to clean that up. Zomba looking like, the top player that they are right now.
Yep.
After, a rough Game 1, squeaking out that Game 2 and a pretty, like, down-to-the-wire match. And then again, right here, Game 3, looking even more dominant. It's up to Apollokage to try and reel this in, turn this around.
That's a big theme of what I've seen of Zomba of late, too. He's kind of had, not like bad first Game 1s, but like Game 1s that don't look like prime Zomba. But then Game 2, he just figures it out. That's something that will happen with a lot of players. You get, like, not the best first game, but then you figure out the habits real quick. Apollokage has had those moments, of late, especially with these deep runs. He has to now prove that he belongs in that top echelon by making the adjustments now and not being so aggressive out of disadvantage maybe here in game number 4 to get back into this set.
And again, going for a larger stage here. Hopefully this doesn't come around to bite Apollokage in the butt. Oh, I thought he was going to get that forward air again. I'm like, all right, he's doing the, I'm fighting a low-level player cheese.
I mean, hey, sometimes those strats work. Sometimes you trip people up.
They do.
Zomba is not going to fall for that. Full hop, drop down forward air, leading to 67%. Zomba is kind of playing around like, not playing around. He just has a good understanding of when Apollokage wants to go for grabs right now.
All right, there we go. I do like that Apollokage is starting to get these little grenade mix-up going on here. He just has one in the hand or dropping it in random spots. I don't know how he's getting back to stage sometimes, man. I feel like any other player would be caught up by Zomba going that high on him.
I think the best thing that I've ever seen out of Zomba, like consistently, is his ability to not just frame trap, but force an early defensive option while having so many resources to free fall with R.O.B and get a massive amount of damage. Because most of these combo strings that he's had have been off of just straight hits. But speaking of that, Apollokage has actually been racking it up for full screen.
He's sitting there, he's like, oh, this gyro? Yeah, that's my weapon too now, man. You thought I had enough projectiles? Nah. A tough spot to be in. Okay, see, that's also one of those weird scenarios because you're putting the C4 at the ledge. When R.O.B is recovering, he does put his arms up. Yep. So if he was not careful, that could have been a stock for Apollokage. I mean, now he's just going to try and find a way back. What a beautiful air dodge, but man, Zomba's still going to be able to cover that option.
That was like frames off of being amazing. However, the fact that he was able to even it up that quick after that great start that Zomba had is a really good sign for Apollokage.
And you know what's also a very interesting kind of game plan between these two? Like, even though it looks like Apollokage is being very calculated, and I believe he is, you can see that there's a clear difference that Apollokage is totally okay with taking percentage to get more back. And Zomba doesn't seem like he's as willing to kind of go that route. But man, Apollokage, he's definitely put on quite a bit of damage for himself, or just trading in general. And he's like, yeah, bring it on, buddy.
That's like the nature of Snake too. Like, you're trading to win, because Snake is going to take you out at like 100 something versus you taking him out at like 150.
It's a war of attrition, man.
Yeah, it always works out in his favor. So the last thing you want to be doing right now is letting him zone you full screen, because every time you try to interact, now these grenades are out.
Yeah, and that was actually also a smart play there. He actually had the C4 sitting on the platform, and as the platform was actually rolling away, oh, geez, shout outs to Pelka.
Almost so genius, though, because that grenade put him into active hitbox, and if that was any closer, that would have taken him out.
Yeah, and there we go, getting the Nair at the very last possible frame before he actually landed on stage. And dude, Zomba's really trying to put this pressure down, just barely squeaking out that grenade there.
He's having a hard time now catching those landings. And he tries to catch him on a spot dodge or early jumping with these bears. You already know he's one of the most impossible people to hit once he starts doing that. Going up there for the top, but he stalled himself out, putting the Nikita out on the wrong side, though.
I don't think that was supposed to be a Nikita. I think that was trying to be a B-reverse grenade.
I think he did it just before. So I think that he was trying to drop it on the platform beforehand.
Yeah.
But, like, Zomba's actually found his way in now, and I think if I'm Apollokage too, I'm scared to run up and try and go for up tilt. Just too many back airs.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely a big factor here, but look at the pressure that both these guys are putting all over the place. He eventually does get his up tilt, though. Apollokage sitting pretty, 153. We're going to have to see if Zomba can get this stock out of here, because, man, you do not want to deal with any extra credit going into the final stocks.
Oh, he finally finds a Nair on the top, finally catching him on the Cypher break. Zomba looking to try and move forward here in winner's side of top 32. Apollokage holding on just for a little bit. They're both at fresh stocks here on the last stock.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in no percentage taken so far, this does count as extra credit. I mean, 26% now. It's like this stock hasn't even started for Apollokage. 37% now, continuing to build up. Finally gets a grab, gets a little bit of something started here.
Yeah, kind of just like looking for Apollokage's defensive options after that forward tilt. He's been jumping pretty often in that spot because it's pretty much all they can do. He gets him on the platform, but the platform moving away just enough to avoid the true follow-up.
And I also like that when Apollokage does have the gyro in hand, if he doesn't feel confident like that he's going to be able to get a hit in there, he's actually just content with just throwing the gyro up, just stalling Zomba from even getting it back. So that's also just a very smart play. He's like, look, I want my grenades. Your gyro's cool and all, but I got my own tricks that I want to play with.
His neutral tool.
Exactly.
That's one of the main ways he deals with it. Oh, he went all the way up. Does he get the Cypher break? No, but he catches him drifting back in that time. He went out almost every other time. He assumed that he wanted to expect the second hit. He went for nairs in the skies. He went for up airs in the skies, and it wasn't enough to avoid it that time, and Zomba gets to move forward to top 32.
And that was actually just like so brilliant too, because how many times have we seen him go up there to actually chase with that up air, right? And the one time he goes to up air and it looks like he's just going to drop, he's like, hey man, I actually got a little extra fuel in the tank. I know you've been B-reversing all day, but
smart option. But like, one of the things that you got to do is you have to hold on to options like that. Like if you reveal that early on in the game, then that's not going to catch him at the end. He only ever went for one attack in the skies, which sometimes it would just work out, right? Because air dodge is there. He never hit him though. It's like, okay, he thinks I'm never going to hit this. Psych. At the very end, catches him slipping, and that puts Apollokage down into the loser side to go up against, I believe, Ling in the losers portion of bracket.